Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gamers In podcast. I am one of your hosts, RelayTS, alongside me, crenbeast. Cren, how are we doing today? We're finally back, by the way, after I think over a month. I'm more than ready to get back on the grind.
So we titled our last episode, We're Back, in parentheses, for good. And then we proceeded to disappear. And, just call me fearless,
It's not even because, we couldn't, do it. It's just because we were just so busy. It's hard to get on schedule, especially with Cren having a full-time job, and I had a wedding and so many things going on. It's just, I wish we could. We're going to do this every week. From now on, we literally told ourselves before we started the episode, we're posting every week from now on. It's happening.
Yeah. So we're back for good again. For good. But anyway, so we got a few things to go over with you guys today. Obviously, Fortnite has changed completely since we've last talked. There's some gaming news, some Elon Musk news, if you will. First, we're going to lighten things up in the podcast, though. We're just going to start out with some questions for each other, because I kind of realized we started this podcast last fall, and we haven't talked about ourselves at all. And that, we need to be a little selfish and talk about us. So
I feel like it's a big part.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot some questions at Relay. I'll answer them, too. We're just going to have fun. You guys can also answer along as you listen, but
in the comments
Relay,
you can go.
Yeah, put them in the comments, man. YouTube, you can't leave a comment on Spotify, but Apple, you can leave a review. 5 stars, by the way, if you are listening to this on Apple. Anyway, so Relay, what's the greatest TV show of all time?
God, dude. All right, so this is a loaded question. I'm a big TV show fan. I actually like TV shows more than movies, 100%.
Agreed.
My mind.
100% agreed.
Because there's a longer storyline, of course. Unless it's Marvel or something all that stuff. Anyways.
Yeah.
Ozark's amazing. Lost is even better than Ozark's, in my opinion. But I feel like the greatest show I've ever watched in my entire life, and I didn't get bored, besides maybe 1 or 2 episodes, is Breaking Bad. I mean, the whole entire plot, the storyline, the duo between Jesse and Walter, you can't get much better than that. But I feel like it would have been lost if it didn't have a few boring, I don't want to say seasons, but it had a span of where a few times it would have 3 or 4 episodes where it's just
Yeah.
But prime Lost, if you're talking prime episodes versus prime TV show, with the best season or whatever versus prime episodes with Breaking Bad, I'm taking Lost, because I feel like it had a better prime as far as 1 or 2 seasons. But overall, though, I have to give it the Breaking Bad. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it right now.
Okay, that's fair.
What's yours?
Completely fair. So, in my mind, I split TV shows up into 2 categories. You have the cinematic TV shows that are hour-long episodes, appointment TV, like a Breaking Bad, like a Lost, so they're basically movies, and then you have sitcoms. Sitcoms being The Office, that kind of stuff. To me, you can't really compare the two. I can't compare Lost and Friends.
Yeah, no.
I just can't do that. So this gets a lot of heat, because my favorite TV show of all time. Now, keep in mind this. I'm gonna choose 2. I'm gonna choose one sitcom and then one cinematic style TV show. Okay. So my favorite sitcom TV show is Friends, and that gets a lot of heat, especially with the younger generation, because it people say on social media now is bad acting. They had a laugh track, all that crap. They didn't have a laugh track. It was actually a live audience, by the way. Number 2, it's good. It's good. I grew up on it. So it's kind of a sentimental thing. Friends is my favorite. But past that, Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
Is absolutely unmatched. From top to bottom, the storyline, the actors, there's not a single bad actor or actress in the entire show. Is unbelievable. The writing, the script is unbelievable. And also, it makes me feel good. It's so good. I could rewatch it 400 times. And usually when you have a show that's so story dependent and it's not funny, there's no comedy, stuff like that, you can't really rewatch it multiple times, or it gets old. I could watch Stranger Things over and over every single day and never ever get over it. I love Stranger Things.
That's me with Breaking Bad. Okay.
So. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Well, Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, and Friends, because I chose a cop-out answer and chose 2. But anyway, let's move on. What's your go-to movie snack? Like you're going to a theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have.
When's the last time you went to a theater?
Probably like a year ago, honestly. But like before that, probably 7-8 years.
Ooh, really? Okay.
Like I do not go to movies. I watch movies, but not like going to movies.
See, I watched pretty much every single Marvel movie in theaters. So, like a part of the MCU movies. So I've been a lot.
my favorite movie snack is more like a deadly combo type of thing. It's sort of like generic, but in my opinion, like you can't go wrong with it. It's popcorn and Sprite. I think if you get a large Sprite with a large popcorn,
that's fair.
You can't really go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. Mine is my go-to like movie candy snack are the cookie dough bites. Oh, those are just so good. But I will say this: typically, movie snacks are too expensive. So if I'm going, like, there's a girl there, or if like my mom, or if anybody who's going to be carrying a purse or can carry a purse, I get them to carry a purse. And I go to the gas station or something and I get some Sour Patch watermelons and soft drink or whatever I want and just throw it in the purse and then that, call it a day. That's kind of what I do because I'm a cheapskate. But anyway, all right. Favorite candy in general, all time?
I mean, first thing would come at Lemonheads, probably. I'd say Lemonheads.
Oh, what the heck? Lemonheads.
I love Lemonheads, dude.
This man.
Dude,
Lemonheads.
I used to buy like the big bags from Rural King, bro, and they wouldn't even last me like a month. Like I'd get through them quick. I love Lemonheads.
We're throwing this on TikTok. We have to.
Dude, I love Lemonheads.
Roast him in the comments.
What's wrong with Lemonheads?
That's weird, bro. Nobody likes Lemonheads.
Oh my god.
Nobody likes Lemonheads,
You're such a boomer, dude. Lemonheads are literally like the greatest candy of all time ever created. They're just like, they're crunchy. I just like lemons. I love lemons. I love lemonade. I love lemon flavored drinks. Everything to do with lemons, and Lemonheads are just
oh my god. Okay.
So good. Anything citrus though, like I'm biased towards citrus type of stuff. Like I love citrus.
Okay, fair enough. My favorite is Sour Patch watermelons. They're incredible.
By the way, my
unmatched.
second is Skittles, but that was too generic. Everyone likes
Remind me to never go freaking trick-or-treating with you. Actually, no, we would be a perfect trick-or-treat combo because we just take the stuff that other people don't like.
Yeah.
You'll take out of my thing what I don't like all the crappy candy that nobody likes, apparently, and then I'll take the popular candy.
Like, I like Sour Patch Kids, but I can't eat a lot of them at one time.
Only the watermelon. The other ones are a little too sour. The watermelons, and I don't even like watermelon that much. It's not the watermelon flavor. It's just a perfect ratio of it's the perfect ratio of sour and sweet. And the chewy. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna start acting like I shouldn't on this podcast. Anyway, next thing. What's a show that you're currently watching?
God, I have to think. Oh, Better Call Saul. Saul. Better Call Saul. It's like a. Okay. I don't know. Have you watched Breaking Bad?
No.
Okay, you haven't watched it. Okay, you need to one time in your life. Okay. Anyways, Better Call Saul is like there's a lawyer in Breaking Bad. This isn't spoiling anything. There's a lawyer in Breaking Bad, and it's like his backstory, and then it's also gonna like go into how like he transitioned to the lawyer that he is, and all that stuff. It's a pretty good show. There's new seasons coming out. I'm only on like season 3, so that's the current serial I'm watching. What are you watching?
Cool. I'm rewatching Outer Banks.
Never seen it, by the way.
What? You need to watch Outer Banks, dude.
You need to watch Breaking Bad, dude.
I'll make a deal with you right now. No, I'll make a deal with you right now on the podcast. I'll watch Breaking Bad if you watch Outer Banks.
Okay, after I'm done with Better Call Saul, I'll
and watch Outer Banks is only 2 seasons right now, so you get a free pass compared to Breaking Bad. But
yeah, but you'll binge watch Breaking Bad, dude. It's too good.
You'll binge watch Outer Banks. Trust me, it's not what you think it is. There's a reason.
I know
it was the number one show for a while.
I know it is.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
I know it's a good show. I just haven't took the time to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. Second season holds up too. It's not like normally they fall off if they have a really good first season. Second season completely holds up, really good. All right, so I got one for you. What's your favorite Disney movie of all time? And we'll include Pixar.
Man, oh man, oh man. I mean, the first thing that popped up into my mind was Toy Story.
Okay.
All Toy Stories are just legendary in my opinion. Like that's just like legendary status.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
So I will say this though. Normally, so I said we count Pixar, but the issue with that is Toy Story came out before Pixar was bought by Disney. So that one's a little weird because that was back when Pixar was just Pixar.
Okay, well, I would need to see a list because I don't really know. Like, I don't know Disney movies off the top of my head.
That's fair.
Like,
yeah, so again, I have to split this up because there's no way for me to compare like the late '90s OG like Disney, not OG Disney movies, but like OG for like my generation, and like newer Disney movies. Like I can't compare Frozen with like Sleeping Beauty, which came out.
Frozen was good. I like Frozen.
Frozen's a good one. But my favorite, so my favorite from like that era, it was Lion King. Lion King is just unmatched in my opinion. My favorite newer Disney movie, since technology has gotten a little bit different, is Inside Out. Inside Out to me,
haven't seen it, but I heard that's good.
Either Inside Out or Soul. Both of those movies just hit something in you, man. Like I know it's a cartoon and it's not supposed to as a grown man like hit something, but it does, dude. Like it just makes you, I don't know, man. Soul will get to you. Like Soul will 100% get to you if you.
Dude, that's me with Lion King. I can only watch Lion King once or twice because I get so depressed after watching it every single time. I can't rewatch it. My brother used to binge watch Lion King over and over and over. I would cry every single time, dude. I can't watch shows like that. Like I just get depressed after it.
Okay, that's fair. Well, Lion King, I get that because of what happens. We won't spoil, but if you haven't seen it at this point, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Inside Out and Soul aren't depressing like that, though. They're made with the intent of, like, making you rethink your life. Like, why are you just sitting around working a 9 to 5? Like, it kind of makes you, like, rethink. Like, dude,
I want to watch that then. I want to watch that then.
They're really good. You should start. Soul is really good. Like, you would really like that. But we'll move on. Favorite soda?
Sprite. Not even close. I don't even drink soda, by the way. I don't drink soda.
So you were serious about the lemon. You love lemon.
Oh, yeah. I love lemon. Everything.
Big lemon guy here.
I mean, I'll have a Coke once. I'm talking, when I say once a blue moon, like once every 6 months type stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
But Sprite, I'll have a Sprite probably once a month. Sprite Zero, too, is amazing as well.
Okay. So this is going to stir up controversy, man. This is going to stir it up. So, well, I have two things. Number one, I 100%. So, out of the nationally popular like sodas, I prefer Pepsi, and it's not even close to how much I like Pepsi over Coke. Like it's an infinite amount. I think Coke tastes like battery acid. But specifically, cherry Pepsi.
See, I hate like berry stuff, dude. I hate that.
No, normally cherry flavor stuff to me tastes like medicine, so I get it. Something about the cherry Pepsi though just gets me going inside. I don't know what it is.
See, but about your Pepsi versus Coke debate, like I've never been like a big fan on that debate. Like I'll drink either one. I like either one personally.
Yeah.
Like I don't get that whole debate. I don't get it. Like I guess like two big brands. But.
Yeah, that's fair. I think. Well, coming from my perspective, Coke is a lot. Coke's obviously massive in America, just in general.
Yeah, legendary.
But it's even more legendary in the South, though. So you wouldn't really it's like I know you're not from the South. I am. Like when you go to a restaurant here, they'll ask you what you want to drink. If you say Coke, they'll ask you what kind because Coke just means soda here. Like Coke's just the word for soda.
Yeah.
So if you ask for Coke, they'll be like, what kind? And then you can say Dr. Pepper or Sprite. Like that Coke is just the word for soda here.
Yeah.
So
and it's probably because I've never been a big soda guy. So
yeah, and it's a really weird concept because in my opinion, people just like Coke because it's Coke. And in reality, Pepsi tastes better. But anyway, that's just my opinion. All right. So seeing that we are the Gamers In podcast, we got to get to some gaming topics. But one last question with that. What's your favorite game?
Fortnite.
All time? Whoa, there you have it. RelayTS.
Prime Fortnite only. If you're talking like overall game, like I played it for, most of you guys already know this that follow me at least. I played this game for, I'm not even kidding, 6 years consistently, 8 years on and off. Modern Warfare 2. I played it when it was dead. I'll still play it to this day every once in a while. That's the greatest game of all time, in my opinion. But like prime gaming, nothing comes close to Fortnite.
You heard it here first. RelayTS says on record that Fortnite's better than COD. But anyway, I'm just kidding. But no, that's good. I mean, a lot of people are going to say, oh, what, Fortnite can't be the best. Fortnite's like, shut up, dude. Like, Fortnite, I pull out the Cypher quote. One time, all you could talk about was Fortnite. Like, Fortnite is so good.
That's a true statement, by the way. It just turned into a meme. That's literally true. Like what he said.
It's 100% true. Everybody, it turned into a meme, like you said, but it is true. But yeah, that's fair. That's top 3 for me. My favorite of all time, I flip-flop. I flip-flop all the time between Skyrim and The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
but I have to say Skyrim is my favorite of all time. You've never played Skyrim? That's like a rite of passage into gaming, dude.
I went like the opposite. Like I just went straight. I was the guy who I started on COD. I still am. Sort of on the Call of Duty
sports
side
games.
Sports games, all that stuff. I never got into the deep gaming type. I guess I don't know if you'd call that deep game, but storyline gaming until Fortnite came out.
Just a different type of gaming. Yeah. Because that's actually a weird topic. We don't have to dive into it, but it's weird because when you think of hardcore gamers, the people who would consider themselves hardcore gamers, it's the World of Warcraft, the RuneScape, and or if you're on Xbox or console, Skyrim, The Witcher, that kind of stuff. But people who religiously play 2K or Madden don't consider themselves gamers. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird, and they're all games. So it's kind of a weird.
Yeah, I was the type of guy to just log on to MW2 and I would never play the campaign or anything like that. I just play multiplayer all day.
Oh,
and,
okay.
With all the Call of Duties, I never played the campaigns. I didn't get into any storyline in any game until Fortnite came around. So
yeah, okay, that's fair. And Fortnite storyline,
you
have to
GTA.
Really be into it.
Yeah, GTA is
oh yeah, GTA is good. I see. The first game, I was the same as you. The first game that really got me into storylines, weirdly enough, was Kingdom Hearts. I loved Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I never played that.
But then it was Kingdom Hearts 2 actually. But then when I got a little older, I discovered Oblivion. So Oblivion's the prequel to Skyrim. I discovered Oblivion when years after it came out, and I played it all the way through. And then I found out because I was just getting into gaming at an older age because I wasn't into it super when I was a kid, other than Pokemon. But I discovered Skyrim. I was like, oh, dude, Skyrim's the sequel to this game has been out. Let me get it. And turns out it was the game of the year and one of the greatest games of all time. But that's what got me into those type of games. Before that, I was just NCAA football, NCAA baseball, NCAA basketball. That's all I played.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Skyrim and then Fortnite. So I think those are 2 really good choices. Those are 2 undebatably of 2 of the greatest games of all time. If people try to say Fortnite's not, come on, you're just being annoying.
Yeah.
But all right, so we got some things to talk about. We got some situations to go over, some gaming news that we'll just talk about overall the industry and gaming in general. But first, let's get into Fortnite, considering that is our main game and that's what kind of we do. They took building away, dude. We haven't talked. I know it's back now, but what was your initial thought when you logged on the game or when you opened up Twitter and realized that it's not just a game mode for that first week? It was they legitimately took building away. What was your first thought?
I think, obviously, first things first, I woke up at 7 a.m. I seen the tweet. I was like, dude, that's a joke. I'm not even going to look at it. And then I woke up again and I was like, okay, it's actually gone. So the first 2 days, I absolutely hated it. I thought it was a horrible idea. I was like, why would you take the thing that made the game? You know what I'm saying? But then after playing it for a few days, this is awesome. And now I'm just okay, no buildings in the game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I was the same way. I probably liked it. I probably got to a point to where I enjoyed it before you did, though, because when I first saw the news, I was the same way. I was like, dude, that's weird. But then the moment I hopped on with some friends, I was like, oh yeah, this is really cool. And it worked. It worked. It brought back, Ninja and Courage were already back. but it brought, at least for a day or a few days, Tfue, Tim,
Doc
Lupo
Doc was on yesterday.
Dr. Disrespect played. There's a lot of people still playing the no build mode. And I think that shows us that sometimes we forget how good of a game Fortnite really is. And you lose that when there's building. And the reason is because it comes so skill dependent. And the skill gap in Fortnite is the highest skill gap in the history of gaming. If you disagree, I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. You might disagree, but I just don't.
Like, I don't disagree. Hell no.
It's unbelievable.
Dude, if you don't grind this game for, like, I'm just going to say this right now. If you are just, like, even in pubs, dude, but if you have, like, a high, what do you call it? Like, you get in the game and your opponents are, like, semi-good. If you don't get on the game for at least, like, an hour a day, or at least every other day you're on for, like, 3 to 4 hours, you're literally done for it. You're never going to enjoy the game again.
And you can't just get in and play pubs. You have to get in creative. You have to practice.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it's just – but anyway, the skill gap makes it – and we can touch more on the skill gap later because I'm sure there's some Apex, some COD fans listening that just don't agree. That's fine, you know. Let us know in the comments.
Hold on. Before you continue, I could hop on COD right now and drop a 20 bomb, no problem. I haven't played it in 2 years.
Same.
I could do that right now. Easy. For all you Warzone fans out there who would want to argue with me.
Oh, don't even get. I'll accept like if like Scump got in here and tried to argue, but like if you play Warzone, just no. Anyway, so Fortnite, you forget how good of a game it is, and when I say good, I'm talking like critically. Like if you're looking at it from a production standpoint, the graphics, you know, just how smooth it goes, the loot, like just everything in it. You forget how good it is. Like it
because
is
we had it so good, then we continued to have it so good, and then our expectations just rose and rose and rose and rose, and then we're like, okay, this sucks, even though it's still amazing compared to other games.
On top of that, it's hard to appreciate that when you're like the moment you jump in the game, you're getting boxed and Mongrel Classic on and just dead immediately. So you forget that. But when they took building out, all of a sudden it was more slower paced. There was more people alive at the end, and you got to really sit back and look at Fortnite through an unbiased lens. And God, dude, it's so good. Even if you don't like Fortnite, like you just have a personal vendetta against, which feels like half the internet does for whatever reason.
Oh my God, yeah, they do.
It's so good, dude. Like, people, it gets lost in translation when you play it with building. But it's such a good game. And there's a reason. There's a reason that Dr. Disrespect jumped on for what I assume he meant to do was just like a stream. Like, oh, Fortnite doesn't have build, let's play it. And then he fell in love with it. So now he's playing it like every other day. And the same with a lot of people have done that recently. There's been a lot of streamers coming back to it. Dakota's is playing it. High Distortion is playing it. A lot of the OGs are coming back and playing it. Which
Tfue's on it pretty much every day.
Yeah, Tfue. He brought back T-Fault scrims. He brought back.
And he also won 2 Twitch rival tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. But anyway, I think it's a huge dub. I think it just allows people to look at how good Fortnite really is. But here's my question: what do they do now? Because eventually the no build is going to wear off.
It already wore off for me. Personally, I still think like don't take my opinion as I'm talking trash on the game. I'm not. It's still a fantastic game. So many people still enjoy it. Some people are going to continue to enjoy it. It's going to continue to grow and be the best game in the world, whatever. For me personally, though, it's already wore off. It was fun for like a week or 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, I guess it was. But eventually you would hop into a solo with none of your friends on it and you would just get a win and then you get another win and then you get another win and you're like, okay, what is this? And then you'd be in the open and you just get sprayed to death. Won't be able to do anything. Where do they go from now? Well, I think there's only one direction to go. As far as like the no building aspect of the game, number one, keep up with the storyline. I know they haven't really done much with the storyline yet, but they are doing that 7 thing where the blimp fell down. As soon as it gets a little bit deeper in the season, we'll get into this in a little bit, the storyline. But they're gonna get deep into the storyline here soon. It's gonna happen within the next like 2 to 3 weeks, I would assume. Because the end of the season is June 1st. But where do they go from here as far as building goes? Competitive no building. That's the only way to go. If you don't go that way and you try to keep no building as the casual game mode, it's going to die. It's never going to do good because I personally don't enjoy it casually, but I had fun in that squad tournament. That was pretty fun. But yeah, they have to make it a competitive game mode. They have to.
Top 600, by the way. We're goated.
We did good. But about the competitive, like that doesn't mean take away building competitive. Hell no. No. Building competitive is one of the greatest things to ever exist. I love watching it. I'll watch it to the day I die, probably, or to the day the game dies. But just have a no building competitive and then building competitive. They have to have the competitive. They have to.
I agree, and I think they're 100% doing that.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
They've already. I don't know if they announced. I don't. There's been. Yes, they're 100% doing that. Just for all you competitive warriors out there. No, I'm not saying FNCS is going to be no build because it's not. FNCS is going to be normal. But there's a possibility. Yeah, 100%. But there's a possibility that next season or sometime soon, you have a split FNCS. You have a no build and a build instead of a console and a PC. They just split it between game modes.
And I would be 100% for that.
Oh, 100%. All of a sudden, I'm a pro. But
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But they have to do competitive. But here's my thing too. I think a good sign for Fortnite is the last update, they've put in something pretty much every update. They put something in. And I think that's important. And they've given us patch notes, which is something that we've missed for a long time. They put in the heavy sniper last update. This update will be something else, I'm assuming.
Jetpacks
every single week needs to be – oh, yeah, heavy snipers were the week before. Every single week needs to be something like new, fresh, maybe put the block back in the game. I don't know. Like that's – like if you do that, that will like feed people's like hunger for just new content in Fortnite, which we lacked for pretty much an entire chapter.
I do think they're doing one thing very wrong right now. 100%, like they're doing horrible on this. And that is there's not a late game mode. There's not a late game mode. Why is late game arena not in the game? I mean, the whole entire competitive community is begging for it. I'm begging for it because that's something I'll go and I would grind that because, I mean, it's fun. And then, we'll have late game arena. Why not have late game no build? Why not?
Oh, dude, that would be chaos.
Why not? But
that'd be so much fun.
We've been begging for that since the start of Chapter 3, and it hasn't came. They need to put it in. There's no reason they shouldn't have it in right now. No reason.
I agree. That was one of the more unique and just fun because you could hop on that and you could that was fun. Like that was the alternative. So there's a full game, which can get, boring or just get monotonous and repetitive and you have to loot up and do all that. Then there's creative, which is just fighting. And that can get boring because like you miss a little bit of the strategy part. It's just brainless fighting typically. Late game was a perfect in between. It's where you didn't have to worry about looting and all this stuff. You could skip right to the fun part of the game. I agree with you 100%. They need to put late game back in.
And I don't think you could have the best researcher in the world about Fortnite, and you could give him a year to research a reason why it's not in the game. I don't think you could come up with a reason why it's not in the game. Like, there's literally no reason it should not be in the game.
The only way I could think of, the only thing I can think of why they wouldn't put it in the game right now is maybe they're holding on to it kind of as a last domino. So once the no build thing gets completely, if you're listening to the podcast version of this, Relay's camera just absolutely turned away from him. So it was kind of funny. Anyway, God, you just made me lose my train of thought. Okay. Fortnite. We're talking about Fortnite. So I think like once no build wears off and when some of the stuff wears off, they might be using it as a chip. Like once the community starts to get kind of down a little again, they're like, oh, here's no build or here's a late game. So it gets everybody happy a little bit.
I hate how they do that, though. That pisses me off. They should have something new for
that. True, but it's a smart strategy, you got to admit, because if you put it in now, everybody's already happy now.
It's a safety
net. Yeah, it's a safety net. I think that's exactly what it is. That's a good way to put it. I think it's a safety net. But I still think Fortnite, I think me and you are on the same page. Fortnite's a little stale to us right now, but that's only because we no-lifed it while it was, quote, at its worst. So a lot of the people who are having a lot of fun took time off of it. We haven't taken that time off of it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. But I personally still think that Fortnite is in the best state it's been in since Chapter 1, Season 9. I think it's in a better state right now than Season X. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that the comparison's weird, though, because right now, competitive is kind of on the back burner. And it's all about the content creators, the streamers, everyone going back to playing it. All the people who quit after like season 3 of Chapter 1, the COD players are back playing it. Like just everyone is agreeing that no builds is fun. But Chapter 2, Season 2 was a very competitive forward. That was really when competitive really just started to take off and everyone wanted to grind. Everyone wanted to get good. That was the season of Unknown Army and all of that. All the storylines are competitive. But that season, it was, but the funny part was that season for a casual player might be the greatest casual season we've ever had. Okay, wait. After OG Fortnite. The best for casuals after OG Fortnite. Because it was so, you had all the mythics. And the thing was, mythics now wouldn't do what they did then. But you have to remember, that was the first time we'd ever seen mythics. That was also the season that it introduced so many things. The shakedown. We didn't have shakedown in Chapter 2 Season 1. It was that season because it was part of the whole agent theme. There was also the knockout game mode, which I don't know if you played that because you're a little bit sweatier than I did, but that was one of the funnest. I don't play LTMs ever. That might be the greatest LTM I've ever played, other than 50v50 back in the day. Like that. So best overall as far as player base and player health. I'm not saying that it's my personal favorite. I'm saying, no, I don't think it's the best season. I'm saying I think Fortnite currently is in the best state it's been. Because the problem with Chapter 2 Season 2 was it was maybe the best casual season of all time outside of like past Season 5, Season 6, or past Season 6 in Chapter 1. But the issue with that is there wasn't a ton of casual players that even played it at the time. That was when everyone quit. Like, that's when all the big content creators, Ninja, all those guys, that's around the times they quit. So, like, a lot of people didn't really understand how good it was because at the forefront and what was in the limelight was, like, pro Fortnite, comp Fortnite, which is unfortunate because I think that would have been a prime season if they would have done something like it. Imagine if they would have put no build in just for a week during that season, got all the casual players back, and then had all the agent stuff and had all the content. It would have been madness. It would have been back to prime Fortnite, in my opinion, because that was that. Yeah. The Midas drum gun. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's true, but that end event, dude, at the time was just absolutely mind blowing. Like when you like, but then when you like that was the device event. So like when you kind of like glitched out of the matrix into the IO, like you didn't know where you were at the time, but like that was unreal. That was so, and then the flood came in. That whole thing was so cool. But yeah, well, you know the real reason people didn't really care that it got delayed? I mean, people like you would have, because at the time you were making content on it and making theories, so I get it. But most people didn't care, not because of the pandemic, because we had just come off a season that was delayed for like 5 months. So people were like, oh, 2-3 weeks, whatever. We just played Chapter 1 for 3 years. Like, or Chapter 2, Season 1. Okay. it was so fun for like a month, and then it was just like, dude, can we please get something new? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. So I've yeah, no guys, should he do it? Yes or no? I would do it. From just gaming? Um so I mean, yeah, like so when I was in college for like 2 years, I didn't even touch a video game. It's like for like 2 whole years, which is insane compared to what I do now. I couldn't even fathom not playing games. But yeah. Well, okay, so I did after Christmas because my PC broke and I didn't have a PC for like 3 weeks. So but I did play. I have a GBA ROM player on my phone, so I did play Pokemon during that time. So I didn't really lay off video games like entirely. But yeah, no, I haven't. Not like you. I also never no like Fortnite like you. Like I did, but I didn't. Not to the extent that you have. That's why you're obviously a lot better than I am. Yeah, you need to find a new game, dude. Guys. I want every. No. Listen, I want everybody listening. Everyone listening. Everyone listening to this right now. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment. If you're on the podcast version, I want you to go to our Twitter, the gamers_den, or RelayTS, crenbeast. Yeah, just find us wherever you can. And I want you to DM us or just add us in whatever way you can and give Relay your bet. Like for somebody who kind of game is getting stale, give him your best shot, a game that he needs to try. And yeah, no, it can't. Give us something off the wall. Give us like give us your favorite, like something you think that would be best for him. Me too, by the way. But don't even get me started, baby. It's so fun, dude. Let's start a world. Let's start a server, dude. Like, whoa. It's fun doing solos for a little bit, but you need to play with friends. You need to play with friends. It's guys, if you don't know what 7 Days to Die is, it's basically so it's like the premise of Minecraft, where you just kind of wake up in a world, you have nothing, and you have to break down stuff to make an axe, and then you can make workbench. It's the same exact thing, except for it's real graphics, and it's in a post-apocalyptic world. And oh my god, dude, it's so much fun. You go from legit just walking around like trying to figure out how to survive to like when you're like deep in the game, you can like build cars and build houses. Like it's so much fun. Like it's so fun, guys. I would recommend it. It's actually on sale on Steam right now for like $7, unless the sale ended. You should, dude. Guys, we might be putting out some 7 content. Who knows? But anyway, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We will. We'll do it. But guys, for real, like if there's any kind of content that you want to see from us, if you have questions for us, anything, you got to let us know. I don't care how you let us know, we will see it because we're still at the beginning stages. So we're going to see all your guys' comments. We'll read all of them. You know, if you want to leave an Apple review, if you want to just go to our Twitter, our TikTok, the gamers_den, or our personal stuff, just let us know. It's better to do it on the podcast socials though. Yeah, email me. Like just let us know what type of content you want to see specifically, and I swear to God, we'll do it. We will do it. We're here for you guys. But so let's try to get back on track a little bit. Final thoughts on Fortnite not chapter 3, but Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 2. What do you... Yeah, well, my question for you was, what do you think Fortnite's going to do in Season 3? Just in general. Not... You can go... Okay. Okay. Let's hear it. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it 100% changed gaming. And just to expand, Creative 2.0 is not just going to be like, I know that'll be the main part, like BRs, especially right off the bat. But like you're going to be able to create whatever you want. So for those of you who really like save the world, or if you're into games like Skyrim, if you're into like open world like games like that, there's going to be an MMO type of game created with Fortnite, to where it's not necessarily, you know, fighting and stuff, but it's more like save the world, but like with real people instead of just playing with NPCs. Like there's going to be all like open worlds, like with economy systems and all kind of stuff in it. Like the things you can create with what we know about Creative 2.0, it's not just like, oh, go in and create your island. No, it's like basically you're putting your own coding in. Like you're going to be able to create whatever you want within it's the metaverse, dude. Like it's the metaverse, and they've called it that. Donald Musters called it that. Think Roblox, but with Fortnite infrastructure, to where you can create whatever you want, and it's going to be much deeper than that. It's built on Unreal Engine 5. And so if you've ever asked yourself over the past 2 years, why does it feel like the Fortnite game developers just don't listen to us? Why does it feel like they're only half putting into the game? The actual answer is Creative 2.0. To every single one of those questions, the answer is Creative 2.0. They have put everything they have into this. That's why it's taken years and years to come out. They have to wait to the technology to catch up to what they want to do. When it comes out, it's going to be probably the biggest thing we've ever seen in gaming. It will be, in my opinion. Yeah. Agreed. And there's going to be something for everybody, which is, it's going to be so much fun. I'm ready for it. But so I think let's move on from Fortnite a little bit. I'm sure we find ourselves back to it because we always do. But there's a few things that's happened in the gaming community that we kind of need to touch on just for a second. Sodapoppin got banned from Twitch. Now, at the time, I don't actually know the extent of the ban. We'll find out more. But guys, if you don't know Sodapoppin, he's one of the OGs on Twitch. He's been around since the very beginning, since the Justin TV days, I believe. But he's also just massive. I mean, he's one of the bigger streamers in the world. And he got banned. There's a clip. You can look it up on YouTube. You can go to my TikTok if you want. Shameless plug at crenbeast. But basically, he was creating a character in a game. He was putting some makeup on the character that happened to be like darker, like black makeup. And he, as he was doing it, just kind of, he said it looked like blackface and then just moved on and didn't say anything else. And there was no context. He didn't explain himself. And then he got banned that night. And it is what it is. It's tough because he put out his statement saying that, you know, he was just recognizing that what he did looked like that. He wasn't trying to make a joke. He just said it and then didn't even think about it and moved on. So in his mind, he didn't do anything wrong. But if you watch the clip, it's odd. But, dude, really, there's a lot of people getting banned nowadays. And that's kind of the topic I wanted to get on. In an instant. Yeah. 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 Well, so with Elon Musk, I've got to ask, guys, if you know the situation really well and you are on the other side of this, I need you to explain to me because I have asked people, I have put on Twitter, I've tried to figure out why are people so against Elon Musk owning Twitter? Because I've seen so many people, countless people say they would leave Twitter and never get back on it. And I need to know why. Like, is it because No, you're good. What? That's just so weird to me because Elon Musk is not like he's not like he's edgy, but he's edgy. He's not politically edgy because he like the people who are against Elon Musk, from what I've seen joining Twitter, it really like the only argument I've seen is he's going to let Donald Trump back. He's going to let certain people like have their platforms that don't deserve platforms. I get it, but who are you to say that somebody doesn't deserve a platform more than somebody else? We're all humans. But number two, like Elon Musk, the people who are against it typically are on the left-leaning side. And Elon Musk is not a super right-winged person. So I don't understand. I feel like there's a disconnect. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can't go on and just start like that might be another part to it. People think that people are just going to be able to be racist and get away with it. Like that's not what this is. This is simply if you have this is as simple as you're not going to get your platform taken away from you because of a viewpoint that you have. Which yeah, 100%. It happens. And again, this is not political. It happens in every industry, on every side of the spectrum, both ways. People get their platforms taken away. Yeah. True. Well, speaking of cancel culture, we had another spicy piece of drama go down in the gaming community. And guys, if you don't know me, if you don't know my content, you know that I wake up every day and just look forward to drama. I love it so much. I cover a lot of drama. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm not kidding. So if you're not familiar with iShowSpeed, you might want to pause the podcast, go watch a clip of iShowSpeed, try to understand where he's coming from and who it is, because he might be the biggest character in gaming right now, I would say. And or just in content in general, dude's absolutely psycho in a great way. Speed's awesome. Either him or Action Man, they're both wild. But Speed messed up. I mean, he just completely messed up. I'll say it. But the guy who called him out, Jake Lucky, also messed up. So the whole situation, I'll explain it for you. What happened? So basically, Jake Lucky on Twitter, who you don't know, he used to be the host of what was the show that he was the host of? Esports Talk on YouTube. Yeah, I think so. A lot of people thought he owned the channel, but he was just a host of it. But anyway, I think it was Esports Talk or Esports Report. He was the host of it, and now he branched off and starts his own thing. But anyway, he's really big. He covers esports and gaming. He put a clip out of Speed being very sexist. You can look it up. There was a girl. He was playing Valorant. They were giving him crap for being not good at the game. He was screaming and yelling at him in classic Speed fashion. Then the girl spoke up and talked, and he just went off. Why is a girl talking to me? He started saying things like, go do your husband's dishes. Just typical sexist stuff that you would find in a COD lobby. But here's the thing. You absolutely cannot do that. First off, you shouldn't do it in general. Times have changed. People are very sensitive. Like, there's no point in that. And when I say sensitive, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like you could catch somebody on a bad day. That girl could be having a really bad day, and that could be what puts them over the top, like to do horrible things. Like, I just recommend all you kids out there. It's not funny. It's not cool. But anyway, no, it's never been funny. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's just how it is in gaming. Okay. Like, if you know the girl and they think it's funny, that's one thing. But like, if it's just a random, like, I know people are going to be like, oh, you're just soft. No, shut up. Like, you don't know what that person's going through. You just don't know. But anyway, back to the point. Speed, that happened. Jake Lucky released the clip and, had his thoughts and opinions on it, saying that he didn't deserve a platform, basically, that kind of stuff. And where, he's right. What Speed did was wrong. The issue was that clip was from months ago, which again doesn't excuse it at all. But he made it seem like it would just happened. So Speed released, his apology, and Speed took full ownership, saying, dude, like, I messed up, but here's the thing. That was kind of towards the beginning of my content days, and I've grown. Like, I've learned. Like, I would love to talk to that girl and, have a conversation, apologize. And you can tell he's grown. You can tell. And if you watch him more now, he's a lot more down to earth than he was, even though he still has his whole Speed character. He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore, which, not excusing it. Like, he probably should be reprimanded for it, just the fact that happened, which he was. Actually, Riot banned him, so he can't play Valorant, which is a whole other topic. But, like, it was weird on Jake's part, and Jake took the spotlight off of what it should have been on, which is, just be a good human, stop, freaking bullying people, and put it on himself for misrelaying the information. And as somebody who was in a journalism school in college, that makes me mad, because all he had to do was put in parentheses, clip is from 6 months ago. And none of this ever happens. But now, Jake, yeah. And Jake released the whole thing saying, he wasn't trying to cancel. I cover esports is what I do. That's a fair statement. But Jake, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, Jake, I know you're not going to hear this, but if the off chance you do, dude, like, I don't know if you went to journalism school, because you do broadcasts. Like, he does broadcasts. So, like, I assume, super smart guy, and Jake does great content. I like Jake Lucky, but my issue is, like, you got to know better. Even if it's just in gaming, like, if you're gonna call yourself a journalist or a broadcast or somebody who, like, covers the stuff, you have to abide by ethics, journalism ethics. Like, you have to, and that was very unethical. And you see the issue, the aftermath of it. All you had to do was tell the truth and say this clip's from months ago, but instead you went the cheap route, but you got more clicks. Yeah. But the issue is, yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. We are content creators. We are going to do things like, one trick that I love to do to get more views is to misspell something on screen on purpose. Then everybody, like, makes fun of me. Ha, you misspelled something. Great trick. Like, there's all kind of tricks. But the issue is, there's a line. When you're just a content creator, like, making stuff for people to entertain people, that's one thing. If you consider yourself a journalist and you cover what other people do, you have to abide by a higher level of standards and ethics. Like, it's just period. Like, you can't do that. And I think he is teetering that line of, he wants to be a content creator. That's why he quit doing Esports Report. But he still covers stuff. So, like, Jake, dude, you got to find the line. You got to stand on one side of it, and you got to make clear what you're doing. Because, again, Speed was in the wrong, but you turned the whole situation into drama that it shouldn't have been because you messed up. Period. And then he tried to defend himself, and then he picked a fight with Keemstar, which, stop. Guys, if you are on the internet, stop fighting the Keemstar. You got to understand, he doesn't believe a word he says. He's a troll, and all he wants... Yeah. He tweets something, like something super edgy, and he sits back and laughs at it because he doesn't believe a word he says. He just wants to get people to make fun of him or hate him or laugh at him. Like, that's his whole goal. He does an amazing job. And if you ever actually listen to, like, him talk for real, like listen to the Mom's Basement podcast or something like that, you'll realize, like, he's actually a pretty good dude. None of the stuff he says or does it's just to make people mad. And just stop arguing with him, you freaking idiots. Like, he doesn't... Literally, bro. Like, and if he says... So if you're bigger, like Jake Lucky, it's an ongoing joke. He hates Jake Lucky. He hates Jake Sucky. He came out with that. But, like, he doesn't... I guarantee if you had a one-to-one conversation with him, he would say, dude, I don't care about Jake Lucky. I just started doing that because it got impressions. Like, I guarantee he does not give a crap about you, Jake. Just stop it. But anyway, well, look, we've been going for about an hour. One last little bitty topic, we'll wrap up, and then, kind of closing statements. First, we got to thank our sponsor of the show. It's you. That's right. If you want to sponsor our show, if you're listening and you would like to jump in to the Gamers In podcast, shoot us an email, hit our DMs up. Okay. Adult videos? No, I'm kidding. I never lagged out. Oh, maybe it did. I'm back, guys. Hello. Yeah, as long as you do quality work. We're not about to go sponsor, like, no offense. If you're listening to this, I will burn this bridge right now. Like, what's it called? Raise energy drinks? Yeah, okay. You gotta be reputable. You gotta be a decent product. Anyway, that was a low blow. I'm sorry, Raise. You guys just, yeah, shoot your shot. Okay, one last thing. We'll wrap it up on this. Xbox versus PlayStation. Go. I said, okay, well, PS5, just overall, PlayStation, Xbox. Yeah. Same? Yep. Fair. I think if you're looking from a critical standpoint, yeah, PlayStation has the biggest market share. They've been bigger. Here's my personal thoughts on it. I prefer Xbox. I like the community of Xbox better. I like the way that Microsoft handled things better. The reason that PlayStation has way more players right now is because of their exclusive games, like Spider-Man, like stuff like that. You can't get on Xbox. That's the reason they have more. The actual physical consoles, there's really no difference. Like right now, there's a little bit of a difference. Like the specs on the new Xbox is slightly better than the PlayStation 5, but unless you're trying to play competitively, at that point you just get a PC, so it doesn't really matter. All the consoles are pretty much the same. Like you said, Xbox 360 is a little bit better than PS3. The PlayStation 2 was obviously goated. But the Xbox One, PS4, pretty much the exact same. PS5, Xbox One X, or Xbox X Series, pretty much the exact same. It's more about the community, and I like the Xbox community better. If you like PlayStation better because they have your games that you like to play, fine, whatever. I do think Xbox is actually about to take over, though, with Game Pass and the way they're doing things. They bought Activision, they bought Bethesda. I think they're about to absolutely take over the next 10 years. In fact, PC is on top. I do have a PC. That's the best way to go. You save a lot of money on games in the long term. But I want to wrap this thing up on this. Recently, there's a guy who his entire job is to analyze the market within gaming. So he's an industry kind of market analysis. Yeah, he's like an analyzer. And thank you. I couldn't think of the word there. But he made a very bold statement, and thinks that PlayStation in the next 10 years will become obsolete with what Xbox and Microsoft is doing, and thinks that it'll be 100% consisted of Nintendo, Xbox, and any other games to join in the market. And he thinks Sony and PlayStation will go to the wayside. And, you know, I don't agree with him, but he's a professional. So I'm just saying, only time will tell. PlayStation buffs, you might want to think about making the jump, because Xbox is about to have all your favorite games anyway, once they eventually buy up all the studios, because they're on their way. And I'm sure Elon Musk will end up buying half of that with Bill Gates. But anyway, Relay, before we end, do you have anything else you want to tell the people?
Every 4 hours.
Well, guys, also go ahead and give him a follow. I know he said didn't care, but Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all the same. RelayTS. Give my boy a follow. Give me a follow. crenbeast, all platforms, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all that. I got some fresh YouTube content coming up for you guys as well. And then go follow the Gamerson _ podcast on all platforms as well. We got some great TikToks coming out. We got a lot of content for you guys. And please, please, please tell us what content you want. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you want to hear. Communicate with us. I don't know. Maybe you'll get lucky. We might bring you on the freaking podcast. Who knows? Probably not, but maybe. Just talk to us. We want to hear from you guys. But other than that, we're going to peace out. Hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you guys in the next one.